Hello out there in video land and hello out there in radio land. Let's push up the volumes here. We're good to go. How you doing? It's Monday. It's Manic Monday here on Your City, Your Voice. I'm here with my good buddy, Peter Dychtiar. We're going to hammer this show out today. It's going to be a fun show. There's lots of stuff going on. Right, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is Your City, Your Voice, of course, and I'm Paul K. Lemire. This is 4680Q radio, except we have no radio right now. So for some reason, the music
weird coming in hard, right?
Yeah, it's like the music screwed up totally. So if you don't hear music, yeah, that's why. That's why I did a little announcement before I got on air, so you know I am here. Oh, what a weekend! What a weekend! So before we get into anything, lots going on this weekend. Let's talk about my sponsors: Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Hamilton Glowstone Lighting, and Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue in Niagara Falls. Wild Bills, what can I say? We're heading this summer. It's leaving us. It's heading out.
No, it just started. It's like the best summer weekend of the summer.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be it's been the best weather lately, I'll tell you that. But at the end of the day, we know what's coming, and you want to get your car in, be proactive. Let Ken Hunter throw you on his diagnostic equipment.
It's the stuff that fixes your car and tells you what's wrong with it.
Yeah, that's a good translation, right? Thank you, Peter. Thank you very much on Monday morning. But yeah, you want to get it on his diagnostic equipment. Take a look at it. Make sure your car is running tip-top as we head into the winter. Plan for those winter tires. Plan for everything, because you know what the weather's like this time of year. It's bipolar. It could be nice today and snowing tomorrow. That's just the way it rolls with Niagara Falls at this time of year. So you got to get in there, get your car looked at, get it tuned up, get your brakes done, get whatever you need done before the winter. You don't want to break down or have problems. Believe me, that's the worst time to have to deal with that crap and make sure it's all running good. Now, there goes Harold Becker.
Yeah, Harold Becker.
Harold Becker, that's it. He just walks by and waves.
Just had a birthday, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is he your age?
He's my age.
All right, there you go. Now you got to speak it to the mic.
He's my age.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, so Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Go down to Oakwood Drive right next to the Kia dealership. See Ken. He's going to take care of you. And he has a full body shop there as well. So if you get in a wreck, he's going to fix your car back to showroom condition. Get you out there happy. Tell him Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. Tell him Pete sent you too.
Absolutely.
Both of us. Double header there. So, like we said, the weather, it's been beautiful. It's been a beautiful July weekend.
This is the best weekend of the summer. Really.
Seriously. It really is.
And it came into it very nicely, too.
It's fantastic. And we're happy to have it because we know what's coming. Now, what else was going on this weekend? Well, the mayor's picnic, Peter, raised over $50,000 for the new hospital. And it sounds like I never went. Sounds like it attracted a large crowd. Definitely has become a premium event in the city. Last year's event raised $30,000, so they're up $20,000. And after last year's event, the Madovic family donated $1 million to the hospital.
Yeah, I was there for that.
That was pretty nice of them.
Very nice.
Congratulations, man. When people step up.
Good sharing people.
They are. And when people step up, you have to love it for your city. What else? They had games and fire truck pulls and shows, along with cowboy hats for sale and a barbecue. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, great day. Yeah. Great day. It was enjoyed.
Last year was really cool because they had Jake's truck over there.
What, the fry truck?
It was over. They were just showing it. Yeah, and it's in mint condition. And I talked to his wife, and I said, "Are you?" And she says, "Everybody wants me to. I'm thinking about it, but I don't think she could." So.
Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah,
that's a blast from the past.
Best malt and salt fries in the world.
Yeah, parked right across the street. We could see it from here if he was there.
And if you remember seeing him sitting in there, just peeling those potatoes, all fresh. Oh man, they were the best. They were the best. You couldn't find any better in the city. Nope.
Now the second thing that's come up is another 230-story towers planned for Ferry Street. Now, you know,
whereabouts in the hole?
And I know you're laughing, and I was laughing too, only because these grandiose plans being presented to council but never get built are starting to bother me.
Yeah.
So we've got council who knows how to approve buildings. They just don't know how to get them built. And you know, they're going to have to start forcing these builders to actually happen, because we've got I would say at least a dozen. I mean, major projects going up in this city, planned, approved, but no action. And what good is these people coming to City Hall telling us about all these beautiful things? 72-story towers, 77-story towers, all these things. Excuse me, and we never see one go up. You know, Peter, it drives me nuts. And I've got a solution to it. I know. Let's see what you have to say about how they're going to force these guys to do it. But I've got a solution.
Oh, I got a great solution. You put down $5 million. $5 million. Did you put down $5 million?
I put 10%, so $500 million will be $5 million.
You put $5 million.
No, it would be $50 million.
And if
I said $5 million,
when it's completed, you get it back.
Mm-hmm.
And $5 million is nothing when you're building a complex like that. And trust me when I tell you, nobody's going to want to give up $5 million and leave a big hole in the ground.
You know, and I said $5 million at first. Then I started looking at the internet on what building fees were in larger cities, and they charge a percentage. So I went over to 10% of the cost of the fees, which will be returned when the build takes place on a prorated basis as the build continues. So along your lines, something substantial. And if they don't build, they don't get their money back.
Exactly.
And they give them a set amount of time to do it. Now, I said, for example, $500 million development, which would be a 77-story tower, right?
Yep.
Would mean $50 million to the city on hold, which will be returned as a certain benchmarks are reached in the build. So they put the foundation in, you get $10 million back. You put up the first 5 stories, you get another $10 million back. And you dole it back to them as they complete certain tasks or milestones, benchmarks, if you will. And if they don't turn a shovel in a certain amount of time, they get the money. They don't get the money back.
Real simple solution to the pollution.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell? You see,
they are in the edge of tourist town with a hole, a crater.
Yeah,
you got a crater down here downtown, not as big as that crater over there, though.
And they can't figure out how to get these people to build. Well, they got to get stricter with them. I don't know if they can. It's against the law or something. But I mean, if it's legal, but there's got to be some kind of a litmus test to see if the developers are serious or not.
I'm thinking in that big hole, you build an aquarium type pool because the hole's already there, right? You go under, you can dive. There's wrecks down below. Fish are going by.
Wouldn't be hard because you just go buy a bunch of Flex Seal.
Yeah.
The guy rides his boats and everything with it, right?
You can water ski on top. There's enough room there.
Get about 1,000 gallons of Flex Seal.
Yeah.
Throw guys in the hole and start painting the walls and the floor and everything.
And create rocks and images and scuba diving.
Like a giant aquarium like Shirkston Shores, the quarry there.
Yeah.
But they've got to do something because we have at least 10 projects approved, including the old Cupolos one that never got developed, 2 30-story towers at Ferry and Clark, a 77-story behemoth at Allendale and Robinson, a 72-story one at Dunn and Stanley, a tower at Walnut Street and Victoria Avenue, a tower on Bender Hill, a development at the old Midtown Bowling property, a development at the corner of North and Stanley, the development of the boathouse in Chippewa. They got a big hole there now too, right? That's been sitting there for a long time. I mean, have I missed any? Maybe I did. I don't know. But you get my drift here, right? Proposed means
think of the revenue on that. Because if they crash, you're making money, right? No matter, the hole's still there and you're making money. It's nice. I like the idea. And with all those buildings, think of the revenue into the city. We'll never have to pay taxes again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, exactly. And, it makes you mad because it's a waste of city staff time because they got to go through all this and look through all the bylaws and everything about building. And
they don't have enough staff. We've been told that so many times.
Every day, the Penguin wants to hire more people. So at the end of the day, I mean, you were wasting staff time figuring all this out and seeing if it adheres to the regulations and then putting in these zoning applications and zoning amendments and giving people relief from certain parts of zoning like parking or frontage or
no parking.
Or no parking. And council time dealing with it and having to listen to all the residents around there who don't like what they're doing because you never like any build, of course, and nothing to show for it.
I like you said parking. I'm sorry, but if you can't put parking in, enough parking to take care of the people that are in your building, shouldn't be allowed to build it.
Yeah, what they allow for is 1.4 parking spaces per unit, right? I mean, it should be 2 because let's face it, most people have 2 cars now. Really?
Right. How'd that work out for the big casino theater there, the OLG theater?
Well, terrible.
Yeah, there's
Terrible.
not even close to enough parking there.
So, I mean, parking is a consideration, and the developers always come in lower with parking. They want 1.10 or 1.25. They always come in lower anyway. And of course, they cite being close to bus routes and everything like that. But let's face it, you look around your neighborhood. I don't have to do any studies. I just look in my neighborhood, and every car's got at least, or every driveway's got at least 2 cars, sometimes 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. And it doesn't change when people move to a condo. I'm going to move to a condo with my wife. Well, she's got a car and I got a car. That's 2. It's not 1.5 or 1.4. Now, maybe if I had a smart car and she had a car, that'd be 1.4.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could just maybe take a couple tires off your one car and you're going to walk 5 blocks to where your car's sitting out in the middle of a field somewhere. Old hydro field.
But anyway, and when I see these things at City Council and they're approving them and that, I just thought I'd mention that because it seems kind of funny. We got all these okays on all these buildings, and what do we got to show for it?
$5 million minimum. $5 million minimum right up front.
Because right now we got Stugats.
Yeah, stew is definitely what we got handfuls of.
That's right. We got handfuls of stew. Okay, so let's just jump over to. We'll be going back and forth between here and the United States and the region and everything, but. Right now, the big news, of course, was another guy taking pot shots at President Trump over the weekend. And let me set this up. So President Trump comes back to West Palm Beach, and he's going golfing on Sunday. He gets to the golf course. He's on the 5th hole, and he's ready to turn on to the 6th hole. They're at the putting green. The Secret Service always walked 2 holes ahead of him. They check the bushes, see a gun, the barrel of a gun, start shooting. The guy who was there, behind there with the gun, it was a rifle, and it was a rifle you can't get handily, gets up, goes to his car, which was parked conveniently so he can make a getaway. And as bizarre as this seems, it just happens a resident was there watching and took a picture of the car and the license plate, and they got this guy. Now, Peter, I mean... this whole story to me stinks. I don't know about you.
Well, it stinks.
Does it?
100% stinks.
Yeah, there's more questions than answers here.
The perimeter of any area like that where the president is, who's already been had an assassination attempt, there's no way a car can park anywhere near that perimeter and not be acknowledged. Impossible.
Anybody stops even near that fence on that side of the road, the Secret Service are usually there saying, hey, move along, or what are you doing? Or maybe even arrest them on the spot.
I've been at Mar-a-Lago, and you don't stop there. You got to move along.
Yeah. But this guy had time to get out of his car with a rifle.
Nobody saw him.
And body plates, which he set up on the fence so that if the Secret Service shot at him, they would stop him. They wouldn't hit him while he was getting away. Yeah. And he had a scope. And he probably had a rangefinder, too. Who knows, right?
You probably walked right through the middle of the course with the rangefinder. You're allowed. That's not a problem.
So, I mean, this is crazy. So here's my questions, and you can expand on each one of them, Peter. How does this guy get from Hawaii to the continental United States? He's got a record. He was caught with weapons of mass destruction. Now,
a machine gun.
Was it a machine gun?
Machine gun.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, because weapons of mass destruction could be IEDs. Or explosive devices or bombs or whatever, but he got caught with that. So how is he not on the no-fly list?
Exactly, and he's not been a good boy either.
No, exactly. Now he couldn't bring the gun with him. My question number 2. So now where'd he get the gun? You can't just buy AK-47s on the street. They're not available. I think the guy said an SRS AK-47 or whatever. But where did he get it? I mean, somebody had to give this guy the gun. Or get it for him, procure it from him. It's a Russian gun, an AK-47. The Chinese, they have a version of it. It's not something you buy in a gun shop in the United States. You can't just walk in and get one of these.
You have to have a Florida license, first of all.
Yeah.
And get registered. And get a gun.
And obviously this guy didn't, because guess what? He's a criminal. He couldn't get a license. Hunter Biden found that out.
Yeah. But got away with it. It's okay, though.
Yeah, well, for now. till Trump gets in, then it might change.
Please.
And 3, and I think you said this to me yesterday. Where did this guy get the intelligence about Trump being in West Palm Beach and going golfing on Sunday? How did he know his tee time? How did he know he was going to be there at that time, or that he was even going to go golfing? I mean, Trump has been in California, Arizona, Wisconsin, Ohio. He's been flying around the country, Pennsylvania. How did he know he was going to be back to Mar-a-Lago and going golfing at the West Palm Beach Golf Club? How did they know that?
They don't, unless somebody gave them that intel, because all that information is scrambled. You'll never hear Trump after an event say, "Oh, I take tomorrow off, going back to Mar-a-Lago, going to the international Trump golf course and play some golf." Never.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
He got intel. He was allowed to park out on that street. It's as simple as that. They talk. I guess they got a hold of his son. One of the news agencies down there got a hold of his son, right? And he basically blamed Trump and what he's done for the attempt. Said his father was a good guy, a really nice guy. Shocked that he would do something like that, and then basically said, "We'll be estranged for a number of years."
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the guy's not all there. I mean, he's 60 years old or something. It's not like he's a kid.
He's 59. But here's the situation. Everybody tries to say these people are mental or crazy people. These are people on the Democrat side who are being influenced. And I am really shocked at you, Mr. President Joe Biden, and you, Vice President Kamala Harris, haven't stood up and said, this has got to stop. Well, there should have been a very strong message made immediately after.
Yeah, well, they actually enhance it. They enable these people.
Sure
She
did.
stood up there and said that we can never let this man get behind the Oval Office desk again. We have to stop him. I mean, and this isn't just about...
That was Tuesday.
Yeah, and this isn't just about politics. Like, we don't want him to be... I don't want to be president. This is like, we have to stop him.
No inciting there, right? No inciting. Trump says, go to the Capitol building and have a peaceful protest. There is no peace behind what she said.
No.
None.
It's a direct message to all the lunatics who follow her, the Democratic left-wing radicals. And they're the reason that guys like Robert F. Kennedy, Tulsi Gabbard, and now this Lopez in California jumped the Democratic ship, because they're radicals.
You better jump the ship, because it's going to come down, and it's going to come down on top of them. And when it comes down, and whether Trump survives this to the election, it's going to come down. You see it starting to happen now. You see them starting to eat each other. And it started with Biden. And that's what happens. Like, uh-oh, he's going down. I better protect myself. Oh, they brought it on me. And now it's going to become last-ditch attempts to get it done, but you're going to see people running for the hills because they're cowards. That's why you shoot a guy you're afraid of. You're a coward, period.
Yeah, and the polls are so far against Kamala right now. That debate was a joke, and there's only one thing left.
Did you call it a debate?
It was barely a debate.
It was a scorning session. I call it a scorning session.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know what? They call out these people and they tell them, go, we have to stop them. They know they're losing. There's only one thing left. And I'm telling you right now, and we said this on the show a week ago or so, this is not the last attempt on Trump.
100%.
This is not the last one. They are going all out, going for broke. They can't beat him, so they got to get rid of him. And Tucker Carlson said this 8 months ago on his show. There's only one thing left, President Trump. He was talking to Trump. They got to kill you. And he said it right out, and we've been saying it. And I don't think this is the last attempt. I was just sitting with my cousin on Sunday morning talking about this, and I said, they're going to make another attempt on his life. You watch. And sure enough, that afternoon.
Yeah, it's crazy. Here it is. It's one neat thing to cheat and win. Have you ever cheated at a game and won? A board game or something?
Well, they don't cheat to lose.
No, but have you ever done it? Did you feel like a winner after?
No, I never cheated to win. I mean, I can win myself. I don't have to cheat.
I mean, in cards, a couple of times, I was like, my brother was always beating.
Oh, you're pulling cards on the guy?
I'd slide some cards, right? But did I feel like I beat him after that? No. And now you want to commit murder? Now you want to commit murder and cheat and think that's okay? And these people are backed by people like Soros. Check it. I'm not stating. I'm not blowing smoke out my nose. They're backed by people like Soros. Check this guy's record. He's a radical lunatic, and he's putting money into these things. You know, when you had the all the riots and stuff and the people that were bussed in, where do you think that money came from? It's people like Soros. So when you go back and start checking, if you got a limp mic there.
I don't know. I'm just watching my mic here. It looks like it's flashing, so I'm just going to watch it. But it could be my eyes. No, that's not flashing.
No.
So what's the problem?
No, it looks good.
It looks good to me. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm watching this thing and I'm having flashes or something here. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you talk about a guy like Soros.
People like that are backing these things. You know, do you think Klaus Schwab is normal?
No.
Okay, he's not. When he says you will have nothing and be happy, and believe me when I tell you, he means that with every ounce of his body. That's not you're going to stay in the nice house you have and not have to work for the rest of your life or a nice little apartment. Do you see the little cocoons they're building in Nova Scotia for people to live in? They're like a shed that you put your lawnmower in, and you'll be happy.
And you'll be happy. So, you know, at the end of the day, they're enabling them. They're telling their guys they know they can't win. So watch out. This isn't the end. There's going to be something else happening. It's inevitable. As a matter of fact, if I was Trump, I'd take the train. I wouldn't even fly anymore.
Somebody will give the schedule.
Yeah, really. They'll derail the train. Now,
you know what's great? What's behind Trump is a guy like J.D. Vance. Have you heard him just decimate news people? Decimate
I saw him with Dana Bash from CNN.
And she's a basher.
And he ruined her.
Yeah. She couldn't even, she was babbling. I think she was taking Babel, learning another language.
Yeah, Babel. It was
decimated.
He ruined her.
And you know what? I'm truly amazed at him. I really am. I didn't know who the guy was. I heard what he'd said about Trump, which he, redacted. It was all redacted after, right? He said, look, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I thought Trump was the biggest jerk of all time until I watched him do policy. I don't care what color his hair is. Get over it. It's not his hair. It's not what he looks like. It's not his little digs at people. And a lot of times those digs are really going towards the swamp. Okay. It's not you. It's not Democrats who are normal people. It's the swamp. And that's who he's trying to irritate. Well, he shouldn't do that. Well, then you know what? Kamala and company shouldn't be saying he's a threat. Remember, he's a threat to democracy.
And a Nazi.
Yeah. And a Nazi. So what does that mean? We need to get rid of him by any means. And that's what it is. And, a number of people who are prophets lately have said there are code words they use to get people to start acting. And I believe that to be true.
No, I believe it totally, because every time they do this, we must never let this guy get in the Oval Office again. We have to do anything we can do to stop him. So, this is this kind of rhetoric we're going. Now, the other thing that I found interesting was Ron DeSantis. He's going to use the full power of Florida law enforcement to investigate this and get to the bottom of why and how this happened.
He's going to try and shut down the FBI and get in there before they hide everything.
Yes. So I like that with Ron DeSantis.
They need to get to that guy before he dies, because he's going to have a heart attack or stroke or something.
Look what I got written down here. Don't be surprised if they find this guy dead, suicide or some other reason in the near future. I can't believe how we think, because we never talked about this.
No, we didn't. That's the honest to God's truth. We did not.
There it is, written right down on my paper. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see this guy alive in a month or so. He'll disappear. Something will happen to him.
Unless DeSantis gets his hands on him. That's a different story. And I think he has the jurisdiction to do it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does. It happened in West Palm Beach County there. So that's under his jurisdiction, man. That's Florida. That's what happened with Kennedy. Dallas police were controlling that investigation, and the Secret Service came in and grabbed Kennedy's body and flew it to Washington, but they had no authority to do that.
And pretended he was alive for what, over a day, right?
I don't know.
His brain was gone.
Oh, he was done. So anyway, that's basically what's happening.
Now, so also, let's look at this.
Okay.
He's not given full protection. Biden should be given full protection. RFK Jr. has no protection. Why are you trying to eliminate people? And that's what you're doing. These people are in dangerous situations. And if you're all about patriotism and the love of country and man, you need to say, look, this has got to be a fair election. You don't like the candidate, but he has to be able to get there and run against me we're stepping up protection. Well, that sends the message of don't go and try and get him.
Well, especially after they took a pot shot at him and hit him on the ear. You think the protection would have been up? No. They should have been around that whole perimeter of that golf course.
Drones, they're not hard. They have drones, don't they?
They have drones.
A drone would have shown that car. Hours before, flying drones would have saw a car pull up, would have saw this guy walking, with a gun. He probably had it in a bag, a rifle bag. So,
just patrols. I mean, all you have to do is have people driving around all the time looking for weird things, and you would have saw them. I mean,
And you may be a liberal. Do you want to see that man dead? Like, if you want him dead to get him out of the way so you can have your way, you're as bad as the murderer.
Funny enough, I was at the home visiting my mother, and when I came out from visiting her, there was a guy sitting there. And he said, "Hey, did you hear they took a shot at Trump again?" And I'm going, "No way, really?" And he goes, "Yeah, too bad they missed." I mean, so there are people who want him dead.
That's murder.
Sure it is.
And when you think that way, you're a murderer.
Yeah. But that's what the mentality of these people.
Vote against him, and he doesn't get in.
Oh, this guy's people together.
Yeah. But it's just, there's Trump derangement syndrome here. Like, you know what? I'll tell you something. Ask yourself this question. Do you like Trudeau? Do you like him and what he's done to our country in 9 years? And I don't care how much you are liberal and how much you cannot stand here and tell me you thought he did a great job. He has destroyed this country. He's become a dictator. But remember, when Trump was in, he was quiet as a mouse, other than when he got caught talking behind Trump's back at that one meeting. But he was a good boy up until Biden came in and Trump was gone.
And then he got more vociferous. Even though I don't like Trudeau and he's ruined this country, as far as I'm concerned, I don't wish the guy dead. I wish we'd vote him out.
Yeah,
I want him out.
I wish he'd be taken to jail for all the scandals he's been involved in.
What's this guy doing?
He's walking across the hole, and it's affected him.
Yeah, it has. He's looking like he inhaled too much meteor crater over there. He's like 10 to 2 Joe over there. Look at him.
Yeah, he's
zombied, man. He's zombied right out. And the last thing I have to tell you, Lindsey Graham was on this morning. And Lindsey Graham said Trump called him right after it happened and told him about it. And Lindsey Graham asked, "Well, how you doing?" He said, "Great. I was 2 under for the first 5." He goes, "This guy is amazing." He goes, "I can't believe him. And this has got to be the strongest president ever in the history of presidents, because he has taken a shot. He's been indicted 4 times. He's been impeached a couple of times. He's had 94 felony counts against him, been shot, and called every name in the book. His family disparaged.
Had cyanide and stuff sent to him.
And he still rolls on. His comment was, "I'm doing great. I was 2 under for the first 5.
Do you know why? He's not afraid to die.
No.
He will die for his country. He's a patriot. He is not afraid to die. Oh, I know what you're thinking. I know the people that are sitting out there going, all he cares about is getting in to take care of his buddies and get more money. How much money does Donald Trump need? The guy's got a great life. He can have, and it doesn't matter where you have $260 billion like Elon Musk, or if you have $10 billion. It's more money than you'll ever spend in your lifetime. You can do whatever you want. Whether you got $260 billion or whether you got $60 billion, he could do whatever he wants. He's 77 now, or is he 78?
78.
You think he wouldn't like to sit around and be with his grandkids out in a private island, having fun, enjoying life with his beautiful wife? But he chose not to, and there's a reason for that. And it's not because he wants to make his buddies rich.
No.
They're already rich. Now,
yeah, exactly. They already got tons of money.
Now, when you get above that and you get to the people that control the world, and they do, okay, there's about 80 families or less. I think it's actually less, that have trillions. You have to understand what trillions of dollars is. And it's a word people spit out. Do you understand you can buy this entire world with 100 trillion? You can do it 120 times. Buy every person and have them vote for you. It is so much money. It's unfathomable how much money it is.
Yeah, you can. I mean, a billionaire is a one level. A millionaire is one level. A billionaire is another level. A trillionaire is just, yeah, it's a whole thing unto itself. And I don't know how many trillionaires there are in the world. Maybe one.
Oh, there's a few.
But they're not anybody I hang around with. I'll tell you that.
Someone starts with an R or something.
Yeah, Rothschild. Oh, so anyway.
Not conspiracy. It's so many times, when I was talking about the vax, the shot, right? And I was a conspiracy theorist, and all my friends are conspiracy theorists. You were a conspiracy theorist. Well, the reality is it wasn't conspiracy. It didn't work. It wasn't 100% efficacy like our prime minister told us with that big grin on his face. And if you don't take it, and you people who are filthy, dirty deplorables, and you're going to get infected by them, which is a lie, because if you have the vaccine, you're supposed to be safe. So the whole thing is just propaganda, lies, cheating. And if you think you win when your party wins, when you cheat, murder, poison, whatever you do, get involved in scandals. If you think you as a person got your way because you're a liberal, I hate to tell you, it doesn't stop there. Now they start to come to us, and they come to you, and you have things taken away. And then you're going to understand what communism and Marxism really is, because that's what it is. We have a dictator in this country right now. He does and says whatever he wants. Any human being, I think that anybody who was prime minister before him were involved in the scandals he's in and have the ratings that he does would have stepped down for his party, let alone the people of Canada. And that's how arrogant and dictatorial this man is.
He is. And on that note, I got to get to my second sponsor, Hamilton Glowstone Lighting. So if you've ever been in a neighborhood and you see these houses lit up beautifully and you wonder, wow, that guy must have spent a fortune on lights, or when he built the house or whatever. Well, no. It's Hamilton Glowstone Lighting, the leader in permanent outdoor lighting. Now, these guys will come into your house. They will set you all up, put track lighting on the outside, build it in zones so you can change each zone. You want red and green for Christmas? You got it. Red and white for Canada Day? You got it. That's how they build it, all controlled by your phone. Just from your phone, you just go in and change the different zones to different colors. You want it all green for St. Patrick's Day? No problemo. Now, these lights are all put in tracks. They're soldered together. They're sealed against dust and moisture. They have a lifetime warranty. I mean, they have confidence in their product when they give you a lifetime warranty. And all you have to do to get these lights is call up Colin Buckborough, who owns Hamilton Glowstone Lighting, and he'll come down and give you a free estimate. And by the way, Peter, I'm going to tell you something right now. They're LED lights. What do you know about LED lights?
Save, baby, save.
Save, baby, save. Because you know what? You look at your meter when they're all on, and your meter's not even turning. I mean,
you can run those lights all year round, and it won't even come close to what you paid for the 3 or 4 weeks you put your Christmas lights up. They're incandescent.
Hey, good segue. Speaking of Christmas lights, no more climbing the ladder, breaking your neck in cold weather, ugly cords hanging all over the place. Seriously, folks, if you're into lighting up your house for holidays and events, Hamilton Glowstone Lighting is who you call. Call in Buckborough 289-969-1797. I'll repeat that number again. 289-969-1797. Get him over there. Give him a call now, because you know what? Coming up to Christmas, he's going to be really, really busy, because that's when people want to start getting your houses ready before they have to climb ladders. So do it now. Call today. Make sure you talk to Colin. Get him over there. Get that free estimate, and make sure that he Griswolds up your house for the holidays. And you know what? You don't have a lot of cash on hand. They have financing on approved credit. You can get financing and pay a small monthly fee to have these beautiful lights. Once again, call in Buckborough, Hamilton Glowstone Lighting, 289-969-1797, or go to glowstonelighting.com. Just Glowstone Lighting. You can see his work. You're going to be amazed. Tell him Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. So,
and what I saw one a few months ago, right? It was just basically accent lighting, which, if you're running the stuff that you got originally with the incandescent lights, it costs you nothing. And it looks so amazing.
It does.
It just adds value to your house.
In the daytime, you don't even see them. Yeah. Now, we were talking about Trump. Let's just flop over to Kamala for a minute. And I'm going to tell you a story you probably haven't heard yet, but it probably is going to be in the news shortly. We got the inside line on this.
Can't wait.
So Kamala Chameleon has a standard answer for everything. How are you going to handle inflation? I grew up as a middle-class kid.
Oh, I know.
How are you going to handle the economy? I grew up as a middle-class kid. How are you going to handle that war in the Ukraine? I grew up as a middle-class kid. I don't know what to tell everybody except that this is the phoniest of all phonies I have ever heard.
Blatant lie.
Blatant lies about everything. That debate was one big lie, and she grew up as a middle-class kid. And good for her, but I'm going to tell you
Facts are in. The facts are in.
The facts are in,
Yeah,
and
not even close to that.
Not even close. I mean, she grew up in Montreal. Like she lived in Montreal.
Yeah, some suburb.
Yeah, a big suburb, as a matter of fact.
I believe it was gated. I think it's one of the most expensive to live in.
That's right. So she grew up middle class. Her mother was a teacher at McGill. Her father had gone by then, taken off by then.
Had enough for even back then.
I mean, listen, I look at a person who's got to lie about working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Who the hell lies about working at McDonald's?
I'm at your level, and I understand. No, you don't. Because we're not liars. You're a liar. And you're a liar trying to get in as President of the United States.
You know, and it's funny. They called her McDonald's, said, did she ever work there? And they said no.
I know.
Why would anybody lie about working at I was a bun steamer at McDonald's. Are you kidding me?
Why didn't Trump grill her on that? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly, man.
I would have grilled her. Now, I was just like a Big Mac. I would have grilled her. And
then we have the person that made a living off of making bad decisions, Taylor Not So Swift.
Definitely
she's endorsing Kamala.
Tay, yeah. Now they've split. Now look what she's done. Look at what she's done to the Kansas City Chiefs. She's now split the key players. They don't sit in the same press box anymore because Mahomes' wife is supporting, Brittany is supporting Trump.
Yeah.
She's gone off and shot her big mouth off as, as a big time supporter. And now they sit in separate boxes.
Yeah, I know. It's just
childish. And it doesn't belong in the football games. I don't want to see it. I knew some crap was going to happen as soon as she opened her big mouth, her big expensive mouth.
Yeah. And, like she made bad decisions her whole life. That's what all of her songs are about, her bad decisions with men. And so she's making another bad decision here, right? But it's insane.
You know what? This could take her down. It really could take her down.
Well, I mean,
she's set for life. But as far as her big time career and her big, massive ego.
Well, yeah, because there's a certain element out there, like 75 million people who vote for Trump, who may not support her or start to boycott her. We've seen it before with Bud Light and a lot of other things. So, she's treading on dangerous water. I just don't know why these people just don't be quiet. They got a great life. They got why take sides?
Why? It's like The Rock. They think they're gods.
They really do.
Really believe they're gods. What they say matters, and they can change the world because everybody follows and believes in them. The Rock found out the hard way.
Yeah.
He fell.
And why not just say, you know what? I don't divulge my political leanings. May the best person win.
Yeah, that's all you got to say. And I shouldn't be influencing populations because I'm sitting in a position of power.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, she might suffer for that one. And of course, Kamala, back to Kamala, she's living her favorite line, moving into the future, unburdened by the past.
No.
Well, she's hoping she's unburdened by the past because her past is brutal, right?
She lived in a house that was worth over $1.5 million back then.
Yeah.
The equivalent of something is 15 to 20 million now.
Oh, yeah. They always had money. Yeah, she's full of baloney, and she got in with Willie Brown and did all the thing to get her.
She did that wet willy test.
And what she's done in her past is let millions of illegal aliens into the country, 2 wars which could have been avoided by an administration that knew what they were doing, prices running at about 40% more than they were when she took over, crime up in every Democratic-controlled city in the U.S., illegal alien gangs taking over cities across the USA, and the Afghanistan debacle that cost the lives of 13 U.S. soldiers.
And not a word from the White House.
Not
her, not Biden,
Nothing.
Not apologies. No, they don't accept what they did as a mistake.
Right. And
by the way, everything you said there, everything that they fact-checked Trump about has totally been proven correct. He was correct in everything he said.
And now you know why she says unburdened by the past. She's talking about herself.
Yeah, because she cut it off.
That's right.
That didn't exist. Yeah, she never talks about McDonald's. She doesn't rebuke that at all.
No. I worked at McDonald's. I'm not gonna get out of here.
Making fries.
Now I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't know.
Okay.
back in 2011, this person was driving the wrong way down a one-way street and hit a mother and her child. And the child ended up in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. Now, the mother was afraid to do anything because the person who hit them was a very powerful person. That person was Kamala Harris.
And that's proven, because I heard that, but I heard it was just a rumor. Now it's been proven.
They were talking about it today, right? I mean, they're going to find out. It's going to come out now. It's coming out. And the reason it's coming out now, everybody says, why didn't it come out when it happened in 2011? Because the girl and her mother, they were afraid that they would do something to them. Now, her mother died, and she's got nothing to lose now. And so she's coming forward with this story. She's in a wheelchair. She told her story. She said she was hit by Kamala going the wrong way down a one-way street, and Kamala ran. It was a hit and run.
Wow.
So
that was just the start of her big move up the bowl, right?
And I mean, I don't know if she was tipsy or not, but they covered it up, and really she got out of it. And these people said, the girl says they were sure they were threatened. Her mother was afraid, but now her mother just died like a couple months ago or a month ago, and now she has nothing to lose, and she's coming out and telling the story. So I'm not saying to believe it, because we got to find out the whole thing. But this is what's coming out. You're going to hear about it, and we'll see where that goes. But if that's true,
she's done.
She's done.
Wait, no, you know what? They'll cover it up.
And Waltz has a DUI under his belt, too.
He's got a lot more than that under his belt.
Oh, he's got a lot. He's got a lot under. Well, I don't know about that, but he's done a lot of stuff that he shouldn't be, and especially in
horses
in Minnesota, right? So it's not over till it's over. There's a lot more going to be coming out. I mean, there's stuff coming out of the woodwork, and like I say, I have to wait before I make a judgment on this one, only because we've seen a lot of stuff like this about Trump, and a lot of it has turned out to be not true. People making things up and everything else. So we'll wait and see, but keep your eyes open.
The problem is she's not refuted any of this. That's been around for a month now.
Yeah.
She hasn't refuted any of this stuff. She hasn't refuted the claim that she never worked at McDonald's. None of it. That she hasn't. I mean, Trump could have dismantled her. I don't know where he was. I actually believe that, because he's usually a sharp guy. I think he's tired. He's traveling from this place to that place over here.
He looks a little tired.
He doesn't have time to. How much time do you have to prep when you're going from place to place to place to place to place, and you're showing up, at cemeteries to honor soldiers? You're showing up at firehouses. I mean, this guy is doing everything and anything. So when you get to, I'm sure when you get to a debate like that, and it's like everybody's against you, you're like, oh man, I just can't. I can't. But he had such an opportunity to dismantle her so many times. And, even her dumb, stupid looks, I would have looked at her and said, what? You don't believe what I'm saying? Why are you making a face like that? Or you're laughing when I'm talking about dogs being eaten in Springfield, which is now proven to be true, which I had no doubt in my mind. The man's not going to make a stupid statement like that. And she sat there and cackled.
Yeah.
Cackled. You're laughing at people that you just threw 20,000 Haitian immigrants on in a 60,000 folk town. And these people from Haiti do not even come close to the same culture.
No.
And these are illegals.
It's the poorest country in the world. I mean, they'll eat anything.
Yeah. So
it's not above them to do that, but they're making a big mess.
And then if you look at Facebook and all the social media, that's all that came out is la, la, laugh, 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 laugh. I got rid of so many people on Facebook, I can't even tell you. I really did in the last week. It's because you didn't check it out. It is true. Because I knew before. I did the research before he even said that.
Well, somebody told me, listen to the debate. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Find the feed and don't watch the video.
It's true.
And when you listen to it, you can see that Trump killed her in this debate. But because of all the cameras, and they were on her a lot, and facial expressions, and Trump having to defend himself against all the allegations and lies.
When she was talking, a lot of times they went to a full wide of her. You didn't see Trump.
Yes.
But every time Trump talked, you never saw a full wide of Trump. You saw them both.
Usually.
And that was done. Yeah, usually. That was done on purpose.
So when you hear it, rather than seeing all the visuals, it's a big difference. And somebody told me, listen to it and then see what you think. And it was totally different.
I believe that to be true.
It was totally
because
different.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't think he lost it. I thought it was more of a draw, and I knew exactly what they were doing. But then I started to listen to it and went, now, you know what? This guy actually did win this debate.
Yeah. And it's being proven all over the place. He's up in the numbers, and Kamala's dropping like the Titanic over here. So I'm going to get to my third sponsor, and that is Victoria Avenue Pete's Pizza.
Yummy sponsor, yeah.
If you're looking for a great pizza night, give Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue a call. And I'm a pizza snob. I mean, there's not a lot. Look at this sons of arthritis. And give Pete's Pizza a call. I mean, I am a pizza snob in a way. I like my pizza, and I like the ones I like, and I don't like the ones I don't like. And believe me, I had that from Pete's Pizza, and it was fantastic. They use an old family recipe from the Mancini family, who started Pete's Pizza in St. Catharines, Reno Mancini. I know the guy. And their sauce and their dough is fantastic. They use the freshest ingredients to create their fantastic pizza. Mike, the guy who owns it now, worked in an Italian restaurant for 15 years, and he said that they use Saputo mozzarella, and they mix it with brick cheese.
Now my mouth is watering.
And when they put it on the pizza, they know the right ratio to cheese to sauce, so you get that beautiful taste of the cheese and the sauce in there. And the sauce is fantastic. But they don't stop there at pizza, you know. They have subs, poutine, panzerotti, weekly specials and combos. You can't miss it. Right now, they're celebrating their 40th anniversary, and they're offering 2 medium pizzas with 3 toppings for only $25 plus tax.
Wow.
I mean, that's not bad.
Are we going there right after we get off the air?
Yeah, we should.
I'm hungry now.
I know. Well, I grabbed one of their Canadian, and that has
Bacon.
crumbled bacon, mushrooms, and pepperoni on it. And I don't like cup and char. I just like regular pepperoni, because the cup and char around here, I don't like a lot of it. And it was fantastic. And they cooked it just right. It was very, very good. And when Liz likes it, you know, she's really picky. I'm picky, but I do it because I like to experiment with different pizzas and see how they are, and then review them. But basically, she liked it too, and I liked it a lot. So they have new extended hours for everybody.
And by the way, let's make this clear. You said to him, I don't want to come in. I don't want you to give me a pizza.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in and do it my own judgment. Then I'll decide if I want you as a sponsor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I told him, I said, well, Mike, I got Restaurant Reviews Niagara, and if I don't like your pizza, you can't sponsor my show.
Yeah.
I told him that. And he said, well, come and get a pizza. And I said, no, I'm going to come and get one, but you won't know I'm there. I don't want you making me something special here. And, you know, I want the real deal, just like a regular order. So Liz ordered it. She went in. I never even talked to the guy, and it was good. So, yeah, I'm not just saying
this
that.
This guy's the pizza man.
I look like it. See, look, I look like a pizza man. But yeah, so they have new extended hours, midnight to Sunday. Midnight's on Sunday to Thursday. They're open till, and 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. So you get that
great.
late night.
Because most pizzerias are done at 11, right?
Oh, yeah,
9:30, 10.
Yeah, and you want that late night pizza. Where are you going to get it from? Well, you can get it from Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. They're open till 2 in the morning. So you come back from the bar, had a couple of pops. I'm hungry. I got to have something to eat.
Had a doob or two.
Yeah,
you're really hungry.
Yeah, you got this munchies. Yeah, you just go down and see Pete's Pizza. They're going to get you for late night snacks.
Of course, you weren't driving there. You don't drive.
They always take an Uber.
Yeah.
We always take an Uber. So all you have to do, call 905-374-2222, or you can order online at petespizzavictoria.ca to place your order. Your pizza awaits you. What are you waiting for? Give them a call. Good. Grab a nice pizza. Enjoy yourself. And tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you.
Where's my phone?
Dial today. No, they're good, man. I have no problem with Pete's Pizza.
I am such a sucker for pizza, and my wife's now down in Florida, right? And it's like every day I think about getting pizza, but I see her face going, Peter, you shouldn't be eating that kind of food every day. I go, but it's so nutritious. So good.
I love it. I love pizza. And I mean, before I came to the studio, you know what I had?
Pizza.
Exactly. That's it. It's the best breakfast food. I mean, it's got everything.
Yeah.
It's got your protein.
So your toast.
It's got your vegetables.
It's like an egg.
Yes. It's got your wheat, your grains.
Oh, so perfect. So
it's got your milk and the dairy. The 4 major food groups.
Well, there you go. So I've always said that.
Yeah.
Pizza is healthy.
Oh man, I love it.
And it tastes pizza. Good. It tastes really good.
Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was whatever happened to. And we all remember that way back when, and I dropped my sheet of whatever happened too here, but we remember that a few years ago. I'm going to grab my sheet. I'm going to disappear for a second. Oh, okay, I got it. A
little bit of pizza got in the way there.
So the final investigation is happening today on the Titan sub, and if you remember, I've been talking about it for over the last year, here and there, whatever happened to. And they want to know, put it all together and figure out what happened. And the NTSB and the Coast Guard are having a hearing right now. I was watching it before I came in about it and getting information so they can finally put this thing to bed. The investigation is over. They're just doing those hearings now. But they basically figure that the carbon fiber structure was weakened by previous dives and eventually imploded on its way down to the Titanic on June 18th, 2023. But there's 5 key questions that remain unanswered. And I'll give them to you, Peter, and you can give us your take on it.
All right.
1, did the passengers know the dive was going wrong? Do you think
Probably
they
not.
actually knew?
No.
You don't think so?
Not initially, no.
Yeah, because I would think that they probably heard some creaking in that. And they were probably told by Stockton Rush, well, that's normal because we're getting down into deep ones. But I agree with you, Peter. An implosion happens instantly. It just bang, and it's over. I mean, there's no time to think about it happening. You know, the walls don't crumple in a little bit and then go into. It's just there's just one big
crush and squish.
That's it, crush and squish. And I think they were killed instantaneously with no thought to register exactly what was happening. So that's the one question most people have. And the other question, number 2, is which part of the sub failed? They're not sure exactly what failed because design could have caused a couple things to fail. The first was a viewport window, which was only rated to 4,300 feet.
Wow.
And they were going down to 12,000 feet to the Titanic.
No, that's huge. That's a massive amount of pressure difference.
And so that's diving 3 times. So they're not sure if that window failed and then everything just went, or if like I say, the carbon fiber, which had been compromised because of the dives, by the pressure of a few dives, was the culprit at it. Usually spheres are made in balls because it distributes the pressure around the actual structure.
Remember the old divers? That's what their headpieces were. They were balls, right?
Yeah, they're balls. And most of the ones that go down are spheres, you know, like they're made like that just simply because that's where the strength comes from. And they're made out of metals like titanium. They're not made out of carbon fiber. He got the carbon fiber from Boeing, and very good for pressurizing cabins and that kind of thing, but not really great against pressures from the outside in, more from, being pressurized from the inside out. They're good like that. But Titan's hull in its composition was also suspect. Mostly deep diving devices are spherical, right? So we saw that. And the carbon fiber is unpredictable in deep ocean with pressures as great as the dive to the Titanic. And it had multiple dives to the wreck before. So it was under these stresses before. And these fibers were just progressively getting weaker and breaking under the pressure. And that could have led to the hull failure. The third suspect was the junctions between the differing materials. So
yeah,
you had the carbon fiber, and then on the end you had the titanium balls on each end. So that joint there, it was actually, I know this sounds ridiculous, glued together.
Really?
Yeah. They just put these big rings, drop these titanium rings with the balls on them over the carbon fiber, between the carbon fiber and they had this super glue on it.
And there's a massive amount of movement under pressure, right? So you think everything is solid sticking together, but it's actually moving and pushing against each other. And if you have two different types of surfaces, you got a problem, especially with glue.
So I'm thinking it was probably, though, that carbon fiber. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it was a catastrophic failure.
Or that front window, maybe.
Either way, it's sad. And you know what? As much as I'd love to see the Titanic, because I really am so interested in that whole thing, but I couldn't. First of all, I'm claustrophobic.
I could never get in that thing. Never. And then have them screw down that hatch. Are you kidding me?
No, and then you're in.
I don't even like going in elevators.
Yeah, well, I'm with you.
Because I'm afraid they're going to break down and I'm going to be stuck in there for 2 hours.
I've had that happen. wasn't good. And I was between two floors. I literally freaked, pulled the doors open like Superman, and jumped out. And if I had missed, I was going down the shaft.
What happens if you got to take a leak while you're in there?
I just do it.
I guess you're going to have to, right? Just whip it out and go in the corner. I mean,
it's a whole new culture.
So yeah, it really is. Now, number 3, did ocean sounds distract the search? Now, they were hearing all these ocean sounds, and the search was going on and kept going on, and they brought in everything else. But really, there was a noise that was detected right after it was missing, and it was the implosion, but they never really said anything. So they kept false hope alive for family and friends for 4 days.
Yeah.
Something that would have never happened if the information would have been released. So they're going to investigate why this wasn't released, this one sound that pointed to an implosion right away.
Now, was it connected by cable or anything? It's
No.
Strictly doing its own thing. Yeah. So, and then trying to find something after it's imploded in the dark, and it could have just gone all over the place in the pieces. Did they ever find the wreckage? I don't even remember.
Yeah, they did. And the thing is that because of money, they didn't have a chase sub with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you speak about pressures on the hull. They dragged that thing 400 miles or so to where they were diving from St. John's in Newfoundland.
Really?
Yeah, it was towed behind the boat because they didn't have room on the boat for it. They cheaped out. So this thing was hitting waves and bomb and bing and bang until they got there. So that wasn't very smart neither. And
and it should have been, obviously they approved it, right? Coast Guard had to be approved.
Certified?
Yeah, certified.
Well, that's question number 4. Why was there the safety concerns ignored by OceanGate, and why wasn't it certified? Most people that knew of the Titan and its engineering gave warnings to OceanGate's owner, Stockton Rush, who also died in the contraption. But they were dismissed. There were documented safety concerns that he knew about, and he could be subjecting his passengers to extreme danger on this dive. And he was told that the sub should not ever be used in commercial deep dive operations, and the sub was never certified by any authoritative body. You don't have to get them certified. And nobody stopped them. Like there's nothing in St. John's or even the United States that can stop somebody from going out to the site and diving their contraption. It's crazy. So that's going to be another question. Why were these safety concerns ignored by OceanGate? And this investigation isn't so much to point blame at any one person. It's more to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Because
the community is a very close-knit community. They all know each other, and they want safe dives. And this is the first one that's really gone south on them.
I would think now that, people thinking about doing that dive, if it becomes commercially available again, would be going, yeah, I don't know.
Not with OceanGate, that's for sure.
It takes several hours to get down, right?
Oh, yeah, like 4 hours or 5 hours.
Yeah, never. I'd be pounding the doors trying to get out.
Like I was talking to Larry Daly from the East Coast, and he's been down to the Titanic wreck with the Russians. And I know him, right? And we were talking on my show before about it. And I called him after this happened, too, to get his view on it. Although there wasn't a lot he could really say because of the legalities that were going on. But yeah, he said it's arduous. I mean, it's not just like, okay, we're going to go down 20 minutes. We're there. We'll look around, come back up. We'll be back at home by 2:00. No, it's a like 8 or 9 hour adventure with not that much time sitting down there because you got to get back up, right? Yeah. And anything can force you to come back up, from ocean conditions to just your sub not working right, and that's happened before too.
Yeah. So propulsion could go. Anything could go.
Anything could go. I mean, the one got stuck, and they had to keep moving it back and forth, and finally it got released. I think it got stuck on the propeller of the Titanic.
Wow.
Yeah, and scary stuff. And luckily, the guy who was running it knew what the hell he was doing and got him out of the jam. And the 5th question they're going to be finding out is, why did the authorities let Titan dive, knowing there were significant issues? Why were they allowed to dive with passengers in the first place? Basically, there's no authority that could stop them. And they're going to be looking at ways to make it so that they just can't go there and start diving unless things are certified and everything else. The harbor authorities won't let them go if they try to sneak out there. They have to leave from somewhere. So they're really trying to stop this kind of thing and only get the guys out there that have certified vessels that can get there safe and bring people back safe. And I don't know, it could be the end of any kind of commercial type of endeavor where people were paying to go down. Those people paid $250,000 to go down and lose their life.
All I can tell you is, I don't care what kind of safeguards, what they're doing. I won't be a passenger.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't, no friggin' way. But anyway, they're having the hearings today, and we'll stay tuned for the results of that hearing in the days to come. And that's all I got today.
We got through everything?
Almost we got through. We got a couple things we didn't get to, but mostly around here, which I'll talk about tomorrow on Trash Talking Tuesday.
Trash Talking Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll be here at noon tomorrow. Wednesday.
Monday, Trash Talking Tuesday.
Wednesday's absolutely.
What is? I can never remember what it's on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
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 It's absolutely. Can you say it right?
It's absolutely.
It should be Bruin
It's absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to talk about that. And then Thursday and Friday, I am off. I'm getting out of here for a couple of days.
Good
so you won't see me at the end of the week for a couple of days, but I'll be back on Monday with Manic Monday. So there you go. That's the lineup this week. Trash Talking Tuesday tomorrow. Absolutely on Wednesday. And then gone for a couple of days.
Good for you. You deserve it.
I deserve a break today. Just like McDonald's.
Yeah.
I can go see Kamala
there?
and grab some fries.
Yeah. And go eat in the poor section of town.
Oh, it just blows my mind, this whole thing going on in the United States. Man, oh man, they truly are on the cusp of insanity. And if she gets elected,
game over.
It's it doesn't help us in Canada neither, because
no, it's game over Canada and U.S. It's done.
Yeah, it doesn't help the world any. I mean, they're over in the Middle East looking for a nuclear war. Putin, you could drop a tactical nuke anytime. They're shooting stuff. They're threatening to shoot stuff in the middle of Moscow and into the interior of Russia if that happens.
Shutting down the internet, all kinds of.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's Listen, a wacky
she can't
world.
Handle the job. She's a liar. She's a proven 100% liar. And you can say whatever you want about Trump. Call him a liar. His policies worked. There was peace in the world. The country was having an incredible economy. The stock markets were going through the roof. Gas prices were down. Food prices were down. How do you argue with that? How do you argue with the next 4 years? Take this 4, take that 4. Don't even say who's running it.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that 4 because that's really good. And then look at our country and look what's happened in our country. Take the last 9 years and see what we've done. Just barraged ourselves with immigration. Our prices are through the roof. Carbon taxed out of our brains with more to come. People are in over 2 million people in food lines, waiting to eat in a country that should be absolutely glorious to live in, which you used to. I was so proud to be in this country and be a Canadian. And they're flipping that all around because they want to destroy the last of the democracies.
Yeah.
They don't want them.
And it's scary that if Kamala gets in, we could have Trudeau again too.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. I know that the big business in the United States like Trump, even though they won't admit it, and that they do like Trump, and they will vote for Trump. I shouldn't say they like him. They're gonna vote for him, even if they don't like him, because they know a Trump presidency is good for the country. It's good for business. It's good for everything.
It's good for peace.
And they'll swallow their
peace doesn't work, right? When you're in the military industrial complex, it doesn't work. You don't make money. Guys like Dick Cheney and his daughter don't make money.
No,
it's bad for business, right? They want war. They want turmoil. They want their new weapons. They want to sell, so they get rich because they never get enough money.
That's it.
And you just logically say to yourself, if you're having a problem, when was it better? When was it good?
Yeah.
And you can't deny it. Unless you're a total liar to yourself, you can't deny it was better in the Trump years than it is in the Biden-Harris years.
Well, you've got to think that, because if it was so great during Biden-Harris, why isn't she talking about it? If it was great, I would be talking about it. Right? But she's not saying a word. They ask her, is it better off now than it was 4 years ago? And she says, I was born in a middle-class family. I mean, she won't answer it because she knows the answer. She's got to skip that question.
The worst thing they ever did is the border. It's absolutely 100% the worst thing ever.
The nightmare.
That's
total
like
nightmare.
That's like a war happening on your territory. They're invading you. You're being invaded.
Yeah. It's not immigration. That's invasion. That's invasion at this point.
With no end of it. If they, think of what's just think of what's happening in this country with immigration. Are we over immigrated? We are so far immigrated, yes, into this country. We don't have enough houses. Here, simple math. Got enough houses? No. Should we bring people in? No. Do we have people on the streets like war vets? Yes. Do we bring people in? No.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take a lot. Just do the math. You bring 1.5 million in the next 3 years, and they want to build 1.5 million houses in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So, do the math. Where are they going to live?
Trudeau hasn't done that in 10 years. Yeah. He hasn't built that many. He hasn't done anything.
No, I mean, it's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. You can't keep up to the immigration. They got to close I said that the other day. They got to freeze it for 3 to 5 years. Just bring in what we need, what we absolutely need, whether it's our PSWs or engineer, whatever we need. Just let them in. The rest, no more.
Do you know how bad it's gotten? How much lying has with the mainstream media in the United States, where they have young people believing, people like to get tattoos and ear piercings, that Donald Trump is going to ban that. They actually believe that. I want to die laughing.
Like that. These people are stupid. There's no vaccination for stupid, Peter.
No.
Who believes Trump's going to ban tattoos?
There was no vaccination for COVID.
That's what well, that's true too. But these people, these kids, 20 years old, they said that Trump's going to ban tattoos. I mean, these they're right out of it. How can you answer that question other than laugh? It's a joke.
Hey, Ron DeSantis was being interviewed on my friend's station this morning down at Fox 92.5.
Yeah, they're practicing to go to the moon in the meteor crater. Look at them.
They're floating, yeah.
Yeah, they're trucking around like the astronauts.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they do. And they got the backpacks on.
Yeah, and like the spacesuit. Yeah, they're coming out.
So he came out and said it this morning, Ron DeSantis, when he was on Fox 92.5. And he said, there are at least 9 states that don't have any times for when babies can be aborted. It's open-ended. So Trump was telling the truth, 100%.
Yes.
Listen, if you can have a baby, or up to almost having a baby and have it aborted, it is murder.
Right.
Period. End of conversation. It's murder.
Yeah, and the couple were set aside in Minnesota. They were going to decide after they were born what they're going to do to it.
Not according to Kamala. That's not true.
Well, no.
Or what's his name from ABC there?
Yeah, well, the liars.
Yeah,
they're liars, and they're being admonished for that. Now, I read they both got fired, but I don't think they did. I think that was one of those things, right? But if they didn't,
I'm surprised at him.
They should.
I didn't mind him as an anchor. I'm surprised at him. I'm not surprised at her at all. She's a sorority sister with Kamala.
Right, exactly.
And her husband got Kamala and her husband together because they were like great friends. And they've all known each other for 30 years plus.
The one who's CEO of ABC News is the one who introduced Kamala
that's right. Yes,
and her husband. Yes. And her husband is best friends with Doug Emhoff.
Yep.
So they're best friends, and they hook Kamala up with Doug Emhoff, and Matt Walden is his name. They're best friends. They have been for a long time. So, yeah. And then the other one, you're right about that. The other one is a sorority sister who was questioning her, Lindsay, whatever her name was. Davis, yeah. So, yeah, crazy. Anyway, we got to get out of here.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go relax.
Let's go eat some pizza. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm pizza. I'm going to get my car tuned up, go get some lights put out my house, and have a pizza while I'm watching the lights be put up.
That is a great idea.
Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Hamilton Glowstone Lighting, Pete's Pizza, Victoria Avenue. They're our sponsors. Support our sponsors. They pay the show. And we will see you tomorrow with Trash Talk on Tuesday. My name is Paul K. Lemire. My guest, Peter Dychtiar, the one and only 45-year veteran of radio, in the house today in 4680Q. I won't be able to play music, I don't think. I'm going to try, but it's all staticky and that. So it might not come out. If it does, I'll just turn it off. Sorry about that.
You're a musician. So.
Yeah, I can sing for an hour. I'll get my ukulele out and play Tiny Bubbles from Don Ho. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. See you later. Peace, love, rock and roll. God bless you all. Yep. Bye-bye.